Great White, with their self-titled album, 10 tracks, 39 minutes, debut album from the US 4-piece, released sometime in 1984 via EMI. If someone knows when exactly, then please tell me, because it's hard to track down the information. Produced by Michael Wagner, one single was released, Substitute, and 3 of the tracks were taken from their previous EP. This would peak at number 144 in the US, and was considered a disaster by the label, which actually dropped them, which in turn provoked the band to do a rethink, leading to their later more blues-infused sound. Jimmy?
Yes, I'd never heard this album before, Andrew, but it's actually pretty good. I liked it. I thought the cover of Substitute from The Who was terrible. Didn't work at all. The rest of it was your typical mid-80s hard rock, very strong vocals. Reminded me a bit vocally of Stephen Pearcy from Rat in parts.
Maybe not.
I wouldn't say it's aged well. It does sound quite dated now to my ears, but for what it was at the time, it was probably a pretty entertaining hard rock album. Like you're saying, I cannot believe that EMI America thought this was a flop and dropped them. Bloody hell. I mean, it's not that bad. A bunch of wankers they were, obviously. And then because of that, they changed their sound.
Yep.
And I reckon if Great White had stuck with where they were on this, they probably would have done a lot better.
Potentially.
Because everything I've ever heard from Great White after this album's been crap. So I like this one. Anyway, I gave this album a 9 out of 10. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was pretty cool.
Standouts?
Can't remember.
You didn't write it down.
I didn't.
I haven't listened to this album in years. I have heard it before. Interesting fact, Don Dokken actually has writing credit on this album for one song. Production is great. You punchy 80s standard. Great guitar work, good vocals, and a bunch of fun songs. Heavy party tunes is this album summed up in 3 words, really. I gave it a 7.5 out of 10. And I did pick standouts, Jimmy. Out of the Night, On Your Knees, Hold On, and Dead End.
Yeah, that was
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, I put it down as more of a classic 80s metal kind of a sound to me. This is more metal edge than their later stuff would be.
Yeah.
The track order is really good. You can flip this from side A to B as you would have back in the day, and it flows really well. There's nice tempo shifts. It's got a good album length. I've got to love the old school approach to this, which I enjoyed the whole way through this process, I've got to say, about the albums being all about 40 minutes at longest.
Yes.
I think bands will always need to pay attention to that, because that's about our attention span.
Jimmy's is less.
True.
That's why I love this episode so much.
It's like the easiest one you've ever done.
Yes, it was.
It's not blistering, but it's ballsy. It's got some cool solos, though. The bass can be flashy, too, which is a nice touch to it. The rhythm guitar and the drums do lock everything down really well, though. I appreciated that. Great performances all around, but the vocals are bang on for the style of music. Substitute, good song, terrible lyrics. I love the groove, but the lyrics, especially in the chorus, are woeful. It's not a good song.
It's The Who, man.
I know, but it's not a good song. This is overall a pretty damn good album. Some shocking lyrics here and there, as you expect, but that is, like I said, to be expected.
Blamed on Dokken.
Yeah, most likely. The production is vintage 80s, but it still sounds good today to me. I enjoyed it. It's layered and no loudness war. This is well before that. And so and this actually is refreshing going through this process about the whole lack of that being an impact. Considering the era, I'm surprised, like you are, this was viewed so harshly by the label. I'm just sitting there going, why the fuck they want to can it so much?
I don't get it.
If you like attitude-driven metal, this is for you. Not the heaviest from the time by far, but not soft at all. Sits really well in the middle, somewhere between those two things, with some awesome use of groove. Game vocals are well done as well. Vintage music from a vintage year with just the right amount of edge and attitude and sound. Nice cliches, all the hooks are there, all that sort of stuff. All the things you want from a 1984 album. This is a good way to start things out. But there's also a little bit of darkness on it, which I enjoyed. Just something about it's gritty from the streets. It's still some radio-friendly stuff, but there's just something a bit real and gritty about it.
Yeah.
All in all, I gave it an 8.5 out of 10. Bad Boys, On Your Knees, No Better Than Hell, and Nightmares were my standouts. Give us your thoughts, and we'll move along.
Ooh. What's next?
TNT.
Who the fuck picked this? Was it Jeff? I feel it was Jeff.
Probably Jeff.
I think this was a society pick from memory.
Yeah, I think it was Jeff.
Yeah. But I went through it. See, the way we did things, just so that everyone knows, is that we picked one each, which gives us 4. And then we had 3 from...
What did Dave pick?
Hanoi Rocks. And then we put 3 from the society and 3 from the wider audience. The top voted was what went through. My choice, I think from memory, was the Kick-Axe one because it just got a lot of votes. It didn't get over the line, so I thought, fuck it, I'll throw it in there as my choice.
I had Kiss.
You had Kiss.
You had
Dave, Dennis had
Merciful Fate.
Merciful Fate. Dave had Hanoi Rocks, and the rest are from...
I picked the fucking heaviest album.
Yeah, you think?
Who picked the Bon Jovi? Was it the Society?
That was Society, yeah.
Yeah.
Sonia, I think, put that one up for the grabs and people voted for it. So,
Yeah.
that was a Society pick. Shall we do TNT?
Yeah, TNT.
Yeah. No, I'm
How
going
much
to
you
take
want to go first on this one?
Yeah.
Yep. All right.
Why not?
3, 2, 1.
TNT, Knights of the New Thunder.